Well, a very good evening, everyone. Welcome along to the Studio Rats Q&A Live. This is number 232. And quite frankly, what a way to start the year. Thank you so much to everyone who's pushed us over the 100,000 mark.
It's true. It's true. It happened. I wasn't expecting it to happen till, like about February, March, and for some reason it happened. It happened quick. So that was it was a nice sort of post New Year treat.
It is a beautiful thing. Thank you to everyone who watches this guff, watches the other stuff we put out.
Why? What?
So may your 2025 be as fruitful as ours is already becoming, which is a marvelous thing.
I've ordered. Oh no, yeah, go on. Let's do this.
There is, God, there's tradition at stake here, Paul. You know, come on. You think we're 200 and something in now? Tradition dictates that I ask you utter these immortal words, Mr. Drew. What have y'all been up to?
Well, because of the 100,000 thingy.
Yeah,
I've ordered a guitar, so it's actually ordered now, which I'm really excited about. It's one of those guitars that you start off with a sort of base price, and then the manufacturer says you have a chat with the manufacturer, and they say, "So what do you want to do?" And it goes, and you go, "Oh, about this." You go, "Well, okay. Why don't you try this?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." And then, why don't you do this? And why don't you do that? And then at the end of it, you realize you spent $1,000 more than what you thought you were going to spend. But yes, very excited. It's definitely going to be controversial. I think some people are going to go, "What?
Have we told the beautiful people what you've ordered yet?"
I don't know. That's a good point. I might just be being a bit of a. Shall I just say?
Just say. Go on.
I think we'll just say. So I've ordered a James Tyler, USA, and I'm quite excited about it. Isn't it funny, like with James Tyler, that I started off with like, I can't live with that headstock, or I can't live with that sort of paint finish and all that sort of stuff. I think they look a little bit too much, and then you end up, a little bit, yeah. And then you end up just going, oh, everyone you see just going, I completely changed my mind on it, and I don't know what's happened. I've been brain.
Well, you showed me 3 variations on the Tyler headstock, which and the one that looks like a club doesn't do it for me. But there are 2 versions, and I went, actually, do you know what? There's a slimmer, more slender version. Thought, that's actually quite nice. That I can go with that huge, great like table tennis bat of a headstock. Not so appealing, but
no, I agree. The smaller headstock. Yeah, but it's great. It's a proper sort of custom shop where you can literally, well, within reason, you sort of say what you want, and then they'll build it to spec. But it's they're not. It's not a cheap instrument by any means. But
fully finished or relict?
No, they don't do relics.
Oh,
which I was a bit upset about.
I can think of one person who watches our stuff who won't be, but we'll talk about him later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that bit later. But yes, no, I didn't go for any of the Larry colours. I just went for a grey.
Nice.
But yeah, super excited about it. Super excited about it.
Well, what's going on?
Yes, I've just sold loads of stuff. So I've managed to, after selling all the stuff, I've managed to have enough money to get the guitar. What else has been going on? Got an Axe. The Axe Effects arrived. That arrived last week.
Yes, we talked about that. We've also other things to talk about as well with that. But yes,
I think that's about it. What about yourself?
So far, I have been making capture packs for our 3 platforms. So I've been doing, I think I've done 6 Kemper packs, 6 Headrush packs, and 2 Tonex packs just this week.
So what's the time it takes to obviously do a Tonex pack is quite a long time. What's it like on Kemper and Headrush?
Because the actual capture process is a lot quicker on both Kemper and Headrush.
Yeah.
And there is no kind of off-site, internet dependent process going on. I can do, if I've got everything set, I can do an amp. So let's say 10 to 15 patches in a morning or an afternoon.
Oh, great.
Because I'm set up to go and everything just works and I've got everything cranked and it sounds great. And, I've got my go-to bits and pieces and everything set up. And I can swap pretty quickly between the two because obviously Headrush is all computer-based and Kemper is hardware-based.
Right.
So I can swap around pretty quickly between the two. Tonex is a much longer process. But the thing with Tonex is I can do other things in between. The Tonex, the time it takes to do is enough time to send a couple of emails or do a bits and pieces. Whereas doing a Kemper profile pack or doing a Headrush pack is you are doing that for that time because you might get a bit of doom scrolling in or send a quick email, but that's about it between times. So it's good. But I mean, we've got 6 packs out for now, Headrush and Kemper. More to follow.
Nice.
And obviously we've got something like 500 and something patches available for Tonex.
And
I'm thinking I might buy an FM3
because that's one of the best things you've said.
I think looking at it, and you've said this to me, because of the processing power that's within the Axifex, and the FM9 to a greater or lesser extent. Most people out there who aren't on a major tour are probably will have enough power in an FM9 by a gazillion.
Well, so I heard when I was at the Emerald event over in Ireland in the summer, end of summer, Larry Mitchell was there with his FM3, and I mean he made it sound absolutely amazing. And I was really impressed with what the FM3 did. So yes, I think it's a good shout.
And then we'll start doing. Obviously, it doesn't capture or profile or clone or pick your acronym, but not acronym. Pick your descriptive. But its modeling is brilliant.
Honestly, it is. I haven't switched it off. I haven't actually switched an amp on since I will be obviously, but it's I'm very much in the honeymoon phase at the moment. Anyway, should we go into the comments?
Yes, indeed. There's plenty of stuff to get through. A couple of things we need to talk about. Obviously, the 100K is awesome. So yeah, I suspect that might appear in the next second.
Major Pentatonic. Well done, 100K. Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. Nabs. Warm greetings, rats and gang from Beirut. Hope you're having a great week. Cheers. I didn't know you were over there, Nabs. Welcome, mate. Hope everything's well. Daniel, congratulations on reaching 100K subs. It's been a long time coming. Cheers. When did it start? I tell you how long it's come. How long it's been. May. What was the year before COVID? 2019? May 2019.
Well, the daft thing was, if you remember, I actually started the channel. I created it because we had all that hassle with changing stuff over. Because obviously at the time, the Rats was the band.
Yeah.
Just a band. Oh, we'll share some videos, see what happens. How things have changed.
Hollywood, notice 100K on your latest video. It's JT time to grab a bargain. Well done, lads. It's JT time. Is that like the James price?
James Tyler.
Might be.
Yeah.
Could be. Keith, wow, 100K. Nice one. Cheers, Keith. And all organically as well. None of that sort of crap that been going on with people buying subs?
No, absolutely, as nature intended.
Oh, Jeff, good morning. It's 6 a.m. Thursday in Brisbane, and the summer sun is streaming through my front window, and the Studio Rex live stream will only make it brighter. I hope that everyone's well. Cheers, Jeff.
Summer, I remember that.
That'd be. I can't wait at the moment. We got snow today.
We didn't today, but we've had it the weekend. We had but the thing is, when they have snow in Canada, you get snow. Yeah, we get this much, and it turns to slush in about 2 hours, and it's rubbish.
It's absolute shit. Mendel, hurrah, superb. Cheers, Mendel. Chris, evening. All 100 subs, nearly famous. I'm the biggest. I am in my road. There's there's 4 houses. I'm the biggest YouTuber in my road.
Yes.
Al, evening, guys. Hope all is well. Many congrats. Cheers, Al. Al got in there first, actually. Al was the first one to.
He messaged me as well.
Yeah. Vinny, congrats, guys. Cheers. Cheers, Vinny. You guys work hard. You deserve it. Cheers, Vinny. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
JP, congrats. Big 100, guys. Thanks, mate. Still haven't got the silver play button.
I think you're allowed a couple of days.
What?
It doesn't roll over and then all of a sudden, ting.
I thought there was there'd be like a chauffeur-driven or one of those Securicor vans that sort of pulls up. Jim, the 2 studio rats are the only rodents I would not set a trap for. Cheers, Jim.
What's the next? Is 1 million the next milestone?
Yes, I think it is. That's gold, isn't it?
That's a lot of people.
Might be 500,000. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen, is it? No. Yes, I think it is. Mr. Abraham. Yeah, go and check out Lee's channel if you haven't, guys. Oh, and also and Vinny's channel, Vinny the Axe and LA Guitar. Right, Lee. And I was trying to find Lee's channel the other day, and you've got to type in L.A.Guitar as opposed to LA Guitar. So I think we might have to have a chat with Lee, because there are so many sort of, if you type in LA Guitar, there's so much on there.
Right.
That someone might find it hard to find Lee's channel.
I'm going to post the show link. So if anybody wants to come on and they're fully clothed in a reasonably, well, we're open-minded. If they want to come on the show and ask a question or say nice things or whatever, they're more than welcome to do so. You do not need to use the link to view the show. Only if you want to come
on. Phil, evening, chaps, and all. Any thoughts on Vegatrem on a Telecaster? Oh, I think I saw this the other day. Oh, it's really difficult for me to say. I'm quite traditionalist when it comes to things like that. I personally, it's a no for me.
I think a trem on a telly is morally and ethically grey, isn't it?
It's weird. It's a weird thing, isn't it? Because
unless it's a Bigsby, for some reason that kind of works.
It does kind of work, doesn't it? I know what you mean.
Yeah, a Bigsby on a telly, I don't have a problem with. Some posy high tech. I know Vegatrem's not that high tech by standards.
Well, it pretty much. I'd say it is. I mean,
no,
I think a telly shaped object is fine, but a Fender Telecaster is a no. I could almost have like a telly shaped object with like without the sort of telly bridge on it.
Yeah.
With a Vegatrem, so almost like a Strat setup, but telly shaped. 2 pickups again, 2 pickups, but with a trem as opposed to, yeah, you know what I mean.
Right, now I'm going to say something now, which could either get me in a lot of trouble, but this is my sense of humor kicking in. If we could play some intro music, I would want to play either In the Navy or YMCA.
Why is that?
Because, ladies and gentlemen, greatness has come amongst us. Please welcome onto the show, Vinny the Axe.
Why YMCA or why YMCA or
it looked.
Oh,
it looked like a proper hand. I didn't see the chop.
That's what you should do, Vin. You should get rid of all this stuff and just
have the
big handlebar. You should do that. Just for next.
I should shave it right down the center.
That's it. Oh, that'd be good. That's a good look.
Look good, mate. Yeah, I appreciate it.
You can tell you're not in. Are you not in the job anymore?
No, it's nice being retired. Yeah. Blood pressure's good. I'm in the gym every day. It's nice.
Oh, nice. Great.
Yeah. After almost 30 years of law enforcement, it's nice to be out of it, and I don't know.
Absolutely.
Oh, maybe I should use breaking the law then as the intro.
That could be cool. Yeah, that could be cool. Thanks for the shout out, by the way. I appreciate that.
So, mate, anytime.
So thanks for shouting out the channel. I appreciate it.
Anytime, mate. Anytime.
Oh, look at that.
Hold on. What are we doing? Are we doing guess the guitar or what? I mean, it's pretty obvious what it's going to be, but
yeah,
I don't recognize the sort of satin matte sort of finish. What's going on there?
It's a new one.
Is this a new one?
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, the only one I've ever seen like that is the Greenie. The Greenie was like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is kind of.
It's like a matte. It's like a matte color.
Oh, look at that though. Look at that top.
That's not. That's not a Gibbs. Is that an Epiphone? Look at that.
Oh, well.
Oh, with the proper headstock.
It's not the Slash, but it's very similar.
That's great, isn't it? You pleased with it? What's that say?
It says Epiphone and Gibson. It's inspired by whatever.
Okay, so that's what they call it. Yeah, so it's an Epiphone with the proper Gibson headstock.
Yeah, because we were emailing back and forth about. I was looking at getting a gold top, and then I just happened to see this for whatever reason, and it said it had custom buckers in it.
Ooh!
So I had a Murphy Lab SG with custom buckers, and probably one of the best set of pickups I've ever heard. Yeah, right up there, man. Really good. So I was like, come on, no way. So I did some research, and sure enough, they have them in here. So they have the aluminum tailpiece with the Gibson stamp on it. It's got the custom buckers in it, 50s wiring. It's got Mallory caps, CTS pots, Switchcraft jack and switch, and one-piece mahogany neck.
Isn't that mental?
You play
wings. It hasn't got any wings on the headstock.
No.
Wow.
And you played the Slash when we went to Germany, when we went to Thomann, didn't you?
No, that was the Greenie.
No, it was I'm sure it was the Slash.
No, it was the Greenie.
But still, it was a blooming good guitar.
It was definitely the Greenie.
Yeah, the Greenie and the Slash don't have a pickguard mounted on it, so they look kind of similar.
Yeah.
Great guitar though, and I bet that's fantastic.
So I took a chance on this. I'll tell you what, man, you strum this, you can feel the whole guitar resonate.
Wow.
Which is a bit odd because I had an Epiphone for like 20 years and was so like poly coated. It was like playing a cinder block. It was never, I replaced everything on it, still never played really good. So I figured, let me just take a chance on it. Yeah, it's cool. The only thing is, is I would say the fret edge is a little sharp.
Yeah.
They need to be dressed out a bit. You could see where like they taped off the binding and it's like kind of like not exactly perfect. But the tone of the guitar is fantastic. It stays in tune like so well. It's unbelievable. And it resonates and it's got the tone. So I figured, what the hell, for what I paid for this, it's, I know it's expensive if you look at the retail price, but you could get deals on them. And I was just lucky enough. I was able to pick the top on this one or the veneer. It's got a veneer, but it's got it's got a maple cap. Now how many pieces the maple cap is in, I couldn't tell when I took the pickup.
Okay. So it's a maple cap with a veneer on the top.
Yeah, with a flame veneer.
Right. Oh, interesting.
So it's got all the ingredients, you know what I mean? And look at the mother of pearl inlays too.
They look great. Really good.
Great.
And the tuners work. It's got a tough nut.
So does this make you, and is this making you think more about sort of getting a USA Gibson, or are you just like, no, I'm done, I'm happy?
I don't know. I'm pretty happy. I'm kind of almost like scared to really kind of spend the money now and getting a Gibson custom shop again. And if it only plays maybe 3% better than this, I'd kind of be pissed,
It probably will. It probably will.
That's the problem, isn't it? It will only be that little margin extra. and you're going to pay 90% more.
Yeah.
You're talking about the only thing that's like this. It's got the same 59 neck profile as the custom shop. So if you're looking for this specific model with this neck carve, I think there's only this and the custom shop version of it. Mm-hmm. There's nothing kind of in between. There's not like you can get a standard 50s model, but if you and these pickups, what are you gonna? There's no model that you can get these pickups in other than this or the super high end.
Yeah.
The pickups are $500 a pair on Gibson's website. Yeah. Yeah.
So how much is that guitar retail?
$12.99.
And can I ask a rude question?
Yeah.
Or would you rather not say?
No, good.
How much do you pay for it?
I paid $11.08 for it.
Oh, well, you got it new, did you?
Brand new, yeah.
Oh, you bought it brand new. Okay.
Yeah, awesome. So I got it for just over $1,100.
Well, you can't buy. I mean, yeah, if you're looking at the custom shop equivalent, you'd be spending.
It's sick. I think retail's like $6.5 grand. I think right now.
It's crazy at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. So I don't.
Is that a nitro finish as well?
No, it's some kind of VO. They call it a VOS finish too, but it's like a poly satin.
Yeah, but VOS is nitro.
Yeah, but they call this like a vintage something sheen or vintage original sheen or something. It's not exactly nitro. But the cool thing about it is you can actually, like on the top, from me playing and stuff, I can like rub this and it'll like almost polish itself up, kind of like anything else, really. So I think over time, I don't know, over time it'll actually either look cool or fall apart. I don't know, one or the other.
That's great, mate. Looks awesome.
But I think the technology with the CNC machines and everything else is getting so close now. It's not like it was when we were kids and you bought a Squire and the neck was all twisted and everything was busted up. Nothing played right. Like now, it's getting kind of scary.
True. It's true. You don't need to spend big money anymore.
No. So I knew you were going to say James Tyler. When we
were talking, weren't we? We were messaging each other.
Yeah. They sound really good from what I hear. I'd be interested to get your take on it when you get it.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. What I want to do. This is my sort of year of super strats. So I'm looking at sort of getting a variety of super strats and sort of working out what the best deal is. What one I would go for if out of all the choices.
Yeah. Now I did get that Holsworth in that I sent you the picture of.
You didn't.
I got it in and I sold it 2 days later.
Well, you didn't like it.
I was really disappointed. I didn't like it. And it has nothing to do with craftsmanship. The craftsmanship was beautiful. It's gorgeous. It just had a 20-inch radius board. Jeez. And it just, I don't know. It's had nothing to do with the guitar. It's just me. All the stuff I'm playing is like 12-inch radius or rounder. And it just wasn't, I like the idea of it in theory in my head, but having it was like ridiculous. So I sold it.
That's
not a shame, really.
That's not comfortable, is it? That's a
plank.
That is just, it's basically a plank.
Yeah. And I watched your video on, the deals that can be had. I want to pull in my nags offline because the prices of the nags are dropping.
Mate, it's insane.
And I'm looking at $6,000 nags for like $3 grand I could see on there. Yeah. My pink one is a $4,500 one. I didn't pay that, but and it was going to wind up selling probably for under $3 grand, maybe like $2,600. And by the time you pay fees and everything, I'm like, I'm not giving that guitar away. It plays too damn good. So I just decided to pull it offline. I'll just keep it.
Yeah, I think so. I think nags, secondhand nags it's a tough market for nags, and they're great guitars.
They are great guitars. They don't know me or who I am or anything, so I'm not endorsed or nothing. But I tell you, the craftsmanship on them are absolutely outstanding, and they play great.
Yeah, I think I prefer a nags than a PRS. I mean, you know, like nags used to run the private stock of PRS, didn't he?
Yeah. If anybody's, I guess, don't really know about it, here I got one. Take a look at it. Now this is like a junior style body, so it's kind of, it doesn't have like all the fun stuff on it, but even the frets are just beautiful, rounded, and the inlays are really good. And
yeah, it's great, isn't it? You should have got the amp to match. You need the amp to match now.
Yeah, too expensive. I did get a new amp.
What'd you get?
I don't know if it's going to be a good idea or not, but I'm going to try it. I bought a Laney Lionheart L5 head.
Wow.
It's like the little 5-watter, and it's got XLRs out and a cab sim and stuff. And I watched a bunch of demos of people playing it. People just in their bedroom playing it. It sounds I thought it sounded pretty good. It does really good cleans and it does really good dirty sounds. So it might work for the channel where I could plug it in to my interface and maybe, demo stuff that way.
Yeah, the Laney stuff's great. It's got a funny. It's funny because I'm going to an event at the weekend. There's the distributor's called Headstock in the UK, and they're putting an event on for YouTubers. And yeah, they are one of their brands that they distribute is Laney. And the funny thing about Laney in the UK is it's how would you class Laney, James? It's like Marshall.
Poor man's Marshall.
Poor man's Marshall.
But that Ironheart that I had,
brilliant.
It was a stonking amp. And it was funny. I bought a really, really stupidly cheap DC30 as well, the little Tuba 10. Do you remember that one?
Yes. Yes.
And we did a video on it. We were like, hang on a second. Great. This thing's cracking for like 200 notes.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, I didn't even know they were still around. So maybe it's a marketing thing or something, but I just was looking for an alternative amp. And I just ran into a demo with that thing. I'm like, what the hell is that? Is that new? And I come to find out this thing's been out forever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where the hell have I been? I haven't, and I'm pretty in tune to a lot of the stuff that goes on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Really, but apparently it's made in the UK, this head.
Yeah.
Great.
And it's got 2 channels. It comes with a foot switch. It's got a 5-watt out and a 0.5-watt out.
Yeah.
And I have a speaker, brand new speaker sitting in the garage in the box that I haven't used yet. So I want to buy a Mojo Tone 112 cab, and I'm going to load it with this the speaker I have, and then I'm just going to put that on top of it and just try it out.
There's a Mojo Tone speaker they do. They're blue, the blue Mojo Tone speaker. I forgot what it's called, the British something. It's blue. It is one of the best speakers I've ever heard.
Yeah, I have the one I'm talking about is a Mojo Tone speaker, and it's a greenback. It's called a Watchtower.
Oh, that's okay. So I haven't tried that one, but they're blue. They're probably all as good as each other, but the blue one is unbelievable.
At this point, I mean, we are surrounded by greatness tonight, mate. I'm going to bring Anthony in to the show. Good evening, sir.
Hello. How are we?
Hello, mate. You all right?
Very
good.
Well.
Just got in from picking the wife up, and congrats on the 100K.
Thanks, mate. Thank you very much.
That came in. You were speaking about Laney. My first valve amp was a Laney 100R. H100R, was it? Was it 3-channel, 4-channel thing? 100-watt head was... Oh, mid-90s. It was. It had that mid-90s sound.
They're cracking, aren't they?
Yeah, for the money.
Yeah.
For the money, absolutely stunning.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. So what can we do for you today? What can we do you for?
Talking about, or you were talking about love and hate guitars with your incoming. I've got one that last time I was on was actually having a refret, so you've not seen it. It's dead easy to guess, but it is a bit love and hate. Some traditionalists will not like it. So we'll start with this.
That's pretty.
That's pretty. That is pretty. And then we get to the...
Hold on. Oh, no, I don't know what that is.
It's got is that a hip shot bridge?
Yep.
Okay.
Keep going. Oh, I love this.
There's a coil tap switch.
That's great radio.
What's the what's the wood on that? That's not flame maple, is it? What's that?
Yes, it is flame maple.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a Vigier.
No, it's not. And this is why it's a love or hate, because it is actually.
Oh wow!
It is a Strat.
What the hell is that?
Is it a photo flame?
No, it's a real flame.
Is that like an anniversary edition?
It's a thin. This is a 2012 Select. So it was the one below the custom shops. It was equivalent to whatever there is now. But yeah, it's that flame maple is the love or hate. So the hit shot bridge I put on myself because I prefer it to the sharp saddles. The switch on there it's a reverse Gilmore mod. So it's an ad bridge. The Gilmore mod adds the neck. Mine adds the bridge, and it does that because the Tom Anderson has got a pull add the bridge. So I was used to how that worked.
That's funny on the James Tyler's. That's called a lead rhythm switch.
Yeah.
So from any position you switch it, and it goes instantly down to the
bridge. No, it doesn't. It's not a straight. It's an ad. So if you're on the bridge and you bring the switch in, you get like the telly in between sound.
Oh, nice.
Which is really quite. Yeah, I'm a sucker for modding things, as you've probably guessed.
Nice.
Well, while we're here, I'll show you this one. This is the one that's got your 58 pickups in it that I bought from you before Christmas.
Antti was the guy that bought the 5815 LTs that we got from.
And they are those in that guitar. My 25-year-old that has got a few knocks and chips and bits on the top. It's been gigged, and I mean it's not in a terrible state, but it's got little dinks in the top and nicks in the back and at the headstock end. Because guitars, if you're playing, not hanging on walls.
Absolutely, I bet.
As he puts it back on the wall.
You've got to have it on the wall as well, haven't you? It's easy reach, easy reach. And I've got to thank you, Paul, for that chat we had earlier today. I've been in contact with the guy in Scotland about that Hampstead. Yeah. About seeing if he'll let the head go separately, or if we can maybe do a slightly cheaper deal, as I don't need the cab. I've got to faff around either moving mine on or getting rid of his. He's given me a quick response with dimensions, but he's gigging tonight, so we're going to have a natter tomorrow. So that might be something to go with, but if that doesn't come off, we'll look at other things.
You go down a peach or something. Nice one.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to let you go and chat. It was good talking to you.
Cheers, Vinny. Good to see you, mate. See you
soon. Vinny, are you doing NAMM?
No, I didn't want to spend the expense this year. Maybe next year. I would love to go, but it just cost me a bit of money. I think last time between food and hotel and travel and everything, flights and all that, it was like probably $3,600. I think I spent.
Yeah, I'm up for a sharp intake of breath at the minute.
Yeah, it's not cheap. It's not a cheap event. Is it?
I would like to go, especially I would like to see some of the new stuff coming out. Maybe if the channel starts to do a little better and I start making some side money, maybe next year I'll definitely go. It'll be worth it, I think, for me. This year, I don't know. We'll see.
All right, buddy.
Nice. Well, we'll speak in the week or something.
All right, sounds good. Take it easy, guys. Good seeing you.
Mate.
Take it easy, Anthony.
There we go.
There he was gone.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so much thinking has been done, and much more thinking has probably got to go into choosing the right thing. But we'll.
Great. So Anthony's looking at a. Oh God, I forgot the name of the amp in Cambridge.
A few. I'm looking for after using the Act for so long and getting a little bit older. I just want a purely for pleasure, all valve amp. I'm a field engineer, electronics by trade, so good build, good components, something that just when you strum a nice clean chord, the harmonics are still coming in. You can hear the overtones, and to build a pure analog rig. So 2 or 3 analog drive pedals, analog delay, analog phaser, flanger. The only thing that wouldn't be analog would be a reverb for the massive cavernous stuff, which would be analog drive-through. But I don't know what I want the clean to sound like, because it's so long since I've had a real amp, and my tastes have changed. So the Hampstead's there.
Really good. It's really
yeah. I don't think you can do better than that for what you want.
But then I'm also looking at the 2 Rocks Studio Signature. I'm looking at the Saw Hedgehog and the Saw Bella as options.
I think, for me, if I was looking at the Studio Signature or the Hampstead, I'd have the Hampstead. If I was looking at the classic reverb, then
that's a bit of a step up, isn't it?
Yeah, but I
think size and cost
for sure. But I think the Hampstead is like the classic reverb.
Yeah,
and some like performance and stuff. So I would personally go for that.
Yeah, and I've got to say that the guy in Scotland I'm talking to, so it's the 60, not the 20, and it's the 1x12 cab, and he's got it at £2,000.
Wow.
they're 2.7 new and 700 for the cab.
Mm.
The only nose is I've got no room for the cab, and I use a 2x12 Zilla that's underneath the table. Now I could replace it because it's got a custom coating on it as well. It's got like the mule grey rather than just the black or the cream. So it would be sacrilege to split the head and the cab up. But if I keep the cab, I've got to then get rid of my Zilla, and that's a nose. And where do I store that while I move it on? Do I keep the shell, or do I strip the speakers out? It's so yeah, it's good price, but I don't need the cab. And if I want to keep the cab, it's nose. So we'll see what he comes back with. We'll maybe have a chat. But that might be something.
Well, look, best of luck and all that, and let's see how it goes. Yeah.
Yes. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, mate. Take
have
care.
A good show.
Bye. Right, where are we? We are behind.
We are there. Go.
Nick, hey guys, greetings. Hi, Nick. How you doing? Dave, 100k. Well done. Evening, Dave. Cheers, mate. Congratulations, Rat. Paul, hand on heart. Jive's Matchless Independence versus your Amplified Nation amp. Please discuss. Should we say Jive's Matchless?
Ooh.
Like that matchless. It can't be. There's something special about the matchless.
Yeah, I mean, it's not leaving here. That's for sure. I mean, something disastrous would have to happen for me to part with that now.
The only thing that I would change about that is I'd as I've said before, buy the head shell. I'd put that in the head shell, and then I'd be.
If I had some freed up cash, I would probably do that. But right now, it can stay in the flight case wheels, and I can wheel it around.
Yeah, but you could sell the cab. You could sell the cab and those speakers for way more than you'd have to pay for a head shell.
Yeah, but right now I'd have to have cash flow and all that. So,
but yes,
it can stay there. And I like a 2x12 as a cabinet. It is my cabinet of choice for live.
Yeah.
But I never want to have to lift that thing.
Yeah, it's a nightmare, isn't it?
God dear.
Yeah, it's just that Jive's match. The Matchless Independence 35 is a bit more of a rock and rolly sort of amp, isn't it? I did. It's fantastic. So so's the Amp Nation stuff. It's really good. Dave, hello, Dave. How you doing, mate? He says congratulations on 100k, well deserved. Joining you from a chilly -5 Fort William.
That is chilly. Chill it.
Nick, congrats on reaching 100k. Wondering what advice you might have for someone doing YouTube nowadays. Trying to build my channel. It's working somewhat. Cheers.
Keep doing it. Yeah, that's it. Is it? Keep doing it.
Yeah, it's just consistency. It's saying I'm going to release a video twice. I'm going to once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, whatever, and doing it and just appreciating that you're not going to make any money for a long time out of it. Just don't.
You can't do it you can't be doing it for the money.
You're not doing it for the money. Yeah. Judd, congratulations on the subs. Thanks, mate. Well deserved. But big question: who gets the plaque? Here, Marshall bringing out the new amp. It's gonna hang on that door, I think. You bringing the new amp? Marshall bringing out a new amp. Have you guys heated it? No. Haven't heard it. Yes, I've heard they're bringing out an amp. So the only thing that disturbed me a little bit about it, I was watching Henning's channel the other day, and Henning's got one for some reason, and Henning's blown it up already. Which
we've done that with Marshalls.
Have we blown up? We have blown up Marshalls, haven't we?
Ooh, yeah.
It worries me a little bit, like a modern Marshall amp, because he plugs it into an attenuator and blew it up, apparently. So whether that's user error, I wouldn't have thought so with Henning, but I think that's a.
Well, maybe he got. The thing is, maybe he got an early, like an early alpha, not even a beta.
I doubt it. I don't think they'll be sending out that to you.
But he did go to Marshall, didn't he, and offer his services as a quote unquote industry consultant type person. So yeah. No, we haven't heard it. I don't know what it does, where it's made, or anything. I shall report back from Zinam show.
Gibbs, I tried to like my Tonex, but I don't use it. What don't you like about it, Gib? Yes, if you're using the inbuilt sounds that come with it, I couldn't agree more with you. What are you eating?
Chocolate.
Yeah, let us know. Hollywood, was it the last video that pushed you over the 100K? The view count looks up. Has that video done better than expected? No. No, I don't know what it was. No. Reached 100K on day after New Year's Day. So I don't know what it was. It's been coming for a while. I mean, you know, it was expected, but probably not that quick. Pet, thanks, mate. You said congrats. You both have 1 million subs. If you did the shows in Mankini, something to think about. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I don't think that's the case, Pet. If I'm totally honest, I think people would be unsubscribing in their droves. I mean, whatever's going on, because we've got 105 people viewing right now, and that's the highest number we've had on a live stream for quite a while.
No, we had 120 earlier. The 15 thought it was absolute guff and just went.
Fair enough. But if those 100 would either like, subscribe, click like, all those sort of things, that'd be really helpful, wouldn't it?
It would. Yeah. Do you know? Yeah. We should say this at the beginning. We don't do it enough. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying this absolute tosh.
Can you sell it? Can you pick us up some more, please? Because you're doing a great job of marketing there.
Oh, well, Wednesday's just about having a laugh, isn't it? It's not about.
I know.
Phil, although eBay have dropped private seller charges, I heard that in February they're putting a small percentage charge on the buyer. They are. So this was Anthony was telling me this earlier, actually. Apparently, what they're doing is they are putting a buyer protection fee on the product. So, for instance, if you see a product for, if me as a seller put something up for £1,000, eBay then on top of that they will add that to the viewing price.
Right.
So you don't. It doesn't actually look like you are paying extra, but you are paying extra. Does that make sense?
Yes. How much is it? Is it like 1% or something like that?
No, I think it's 4%.
That's quite a lot.
But they've got to make their money at the moment. We've got it good with eBay.
Yeah, but eBay are making gazillions out of advertising alone. That's how they should make their money, on advertising, and on corporate sellers, not on individuals.
Yeah, fair point. Lefty Mike, LSL T-Bone with matte finish, $1,500 bargain. Thanks. Yeah, I'd say so. They've got a couple of different models. The LSL stuff is really good.
The finish is always really good on them.
Yeah, the T-Bone one is I think that's their basic model. So they don't name the T-Bone. They don't name the ones. They always like give the other ones to girls' names, don't they? Yes, cracking guitar. You might not like the pickups. That's all I can say. I find their pickups a little bit weak and a little bit bland. But that's just me.
Okay.
Same with the exotic stuff, isn't it? LA. So Lee says, so the big question to me has to be FM3 or QC. I haven't got an FM3. I've got an Axifx3. Is that what? Is that what?
No, I think it would be FM3. How much is an FM3 full retail? About £1,000, isn't it?
I think it's about £1,000, something like that. Maybe just.
Whereas a Quad Cortex is now is still 1450, thereabouts.
Yeah.
If it's between that, if you're trying to compare those two, I would say Quad Cortex, purely because you get the amp capture feature in QC.
More powerful. The Quad Cortex is definitely more powerful than an FM3.
But I think an FM3 is probably the easier to get your head around, the easier to program, the easier thing to operate.
The FM3 over the QC? No, I would say the QC is easy to operate.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the QC, like if you got it in front of you, yeah, no, it's got the big, it's got a touch screen on it. It's quite easy to navigate, and you've also got the
app now,
the app as well.
Full
the
control.
FM3, if you've got it in front of you, I think it's a bit of a headache. If you've got the app, amazing.
Yeah.
So I mean, but I've been so impressed with the tones inside the Axe-FX 3 that, yeah, I mean, it's it's easy, isn't it? It's easy for me to say because it's honeymoon period, and it's like, oh, I've got a new toy and I can't stop playing with it. But that sounds wrong, doesn't it? But
my name's Paul Drew, and I got a new toy. I can't stop playing with it.
But at the moment, I think the Axe-FX 3 is as even though I've had one before, it's just been blowing me away with just the quality of the effects on it. The quality of the effects inside the Axe-FX far surpasses the Quad Cortex.
There you go.
Far surpasses. The reverbs.
Would it be sacrilege? FM3's got a loop, hasn't it?
Yes.
Would it be sacrilege to use the loop with a Tonex? So like a Tonex 1 for your amp models, and have use
interesting
FM3 for your effects.
Well, then you might as well just go and buy a the effects unit that they've just come out.
But I think that effects unit is only 3 effects, whereas an FM3 it gives you quite a lot more juice, doesn't it?
The VP that's only, you can only have 3 effects in the chain.
I could be wrong at this point, but I didn't think it was that powerful.
Oh, okay.
Quality of the effects is there, but it's just the power that you don't get from what I could be biting the wrong end of the cherry, but
I'll have a look. Because I don't know enough about it. They are going to send one over for review, so we'll have a look.
I mean, but the thing is, as the sort of guitar player that I am, I don't need a quad cortex. I don't need a Axe-FX.
No, I don't need an Axe-FX. I don't need an Axe-FX in the studio, but I don't. It's a full touring.
Yeah,
but it's
have they what's the word? Diminished the quality of the effects for the FM3 because it's a cheaper unit. No. So, quality wise, FM3, FM9, Axe-FX, they all sound the same. You can just do more with the bigger, more expensive unit.
Yeah, I think there's certain effects you can't have with an FM3, like their plex delay is a massive, uses up a massive amount of processing.
Right.
I'm not sure you could do that on an FM3.
Okay.
Or with a bunch of other effects at the same time. So
but the quality of the effects is as good across the board.
As far as I know, yes.
Right.
As far as I know.
Yeah, I think an FM3 for me would be plenty.
Yeah. Oh god, you'd love the FM3.
Yeah. As long as if I can do my 5 effects, well, I'm happy.
Oh yeah. You'll be laughing. Hollywood, Paul, how long is the wait time for the custom guitar you've ordered? 8 weeks.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's normally 6 months. It's normally 6 months. It's one of the benefits of being on the old job. Graham, evening. Congrats on the 100k subs. Thanks, mate. I went back and watched the pickup swap in the Sheraton 335 shootout vids from a while ago last night. Great stuff. Oh, cheers, Graham.
I've still got that guitar and I still love it. And yeah.
Nice job. Nick, he says, the FM3 rocks. You won't regret it. I have an FM9 and an FM3 and great amps, and the FM3 gets the most use.
Sounds like an endorsement to me.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, it was ever since I heard Larry Mitchell playing through the FM3, I was just like,
yeah.
And the sounds he got out of it was like these massive effects and stuff, and quality was just amazing. Alex, evening. Hello, mate. Hope you're well. Ah, Mr. Bailey is in. Congrats on the 100k from the North Pole. What are you doing on the North Pole?
Not sure.
Thanks, Landon. Well, I'm trying to catch up with you, mate. So it's all we're getting there. Nick, it's summer here in Wellington, New Zealand, but I'm off to Alaska and LA for the NAMM show. Nice one.
See you there.
Yeah, you see James. Alec, he said, congrats on hitting 100k. Cheers, Alec.
that's my links. Yeah, sorry.
Go on, boys. Plaster some likes in these videos tonight. Only at 23 for now. Is it 23 likes? Yeah, give us some likes. Come on.
Go on.
Need it. Come on.
Doesn't hurt.
No, never hurts. Nebs, congrats on the first 100k. Cheers, Nebs. Adam, hello, mate. He says, evening, guys. Onwards and upwards in 2025. Hopefully.
Yes, indeed.
Lefty Mike, unless you're Andy Wood. What's that? what was that on? What was that in a comment of?
I don't know, but I watched a video about Andy Wood. Didn't he buy an Epiphone guitar? He's bought the Epiphone.
Lizzie Hale.
Lizzie Hale Explorer, yes.
Right. Oh God, yeah, you loved them, didn't you?
I love an Explorer. The thing about the Epiphone over the Gibson is the Epiphone's got a proper Explorer headstock. The Gibson Lizzie Hale has got some abomination of a headstock.
Is it? I haven't seen it.
It looks all wrong. I'll stop now.
Mr. Barr, he says, Paul, how do you feel going back to the Fractal? Does anything stand out after spending some time away from it? Yeah, just how good the effects are, and how inspiring it is to play through. Really, it's really, and it's like it doesn't. What's the word? But when everything starts, no. What's the word when things start to sound? If you plug a guitar into a modeler. Mm-hmm. And then you plug another guitar into it, and they sound. They don't have the character of the guitar. They all sort of merge into one. They sound quite similar. Yeah. Whatever that word is. Yes, the Axe Effects is very good.
They all sound a bit homogenous.
Homogenous. That's the word I wanted. Thank you. Yeah, the Axe Effects is very good at keeping the character of the guitar. Beyond Summer, any guitar player YouTubers that you enjoy checking out? Yeah, I mean, the usual. There's loads, isn't there?
I like Martin Miller because I like his band stuff. In fact, this room was based on the room that he does all his videos in. Yeah, the fact that you can have drums in one corner, guitars and people playing all over the room, fill it with full of cameras. That was what this room was based on.
Yeah, I mean, there's loads, isn't there? There's, all the classic John Cordy, Pete Thorne, all the players,
all the Nashville crew, Tim Pierce.
I'm trying to think of someone that's a bit more obscure. Someone that does, things a bit different to what we do. I'll have a think about that. But yeah, they're all.
I say from a music point of view, not just a guitar point of view. There are so many great channels now. From a drummer's point of view, Drumeo and Drum Channel. That's all you need. They've got everybody. They put an amazing. If you haven't watched it, it's 2.5 hours. Well spent. The Drumeo's Phil Collins documentary is brilliant.
Is it?
It's really, really good.
Is Phil Collins nice in it? Is he a bit of a?
I think he's quite real.
Is he?
It's real Phil Collins.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, because he's got to the stage now where he doesn't give a flying. It's great.
I don't think he ever gave a flying.
But his son does quite a lot of the interviewing.
Oh, interesting.
So it's really interesting. It's really, really good. Congrats to the Drumeo team for that, because it's a really, really good piece. And it seems unfair to say they've upped their game. I remember their first videos when it was like demoing microphones with drum kits. This is years ago when I first started. And they're doing some great stuff now, really top end, beautifully shot, beautifully lit, just lovely looking videos and great content. So
nice. I contacted support, but with no solution, but I cannot load any custom IRs in my Tonic CS. Free version 1.8.1. Anyone else have this problem?
Getting hold of Tonic support. Yeah, I have that problem.
Is it the fact? Is it the fact you got the free version?
Yeah, I'm assuming it could be
that. It's probably the free version. They're going to cut. Look, they're not going to give you all the features of the paid version because that's what they want you to do. They want you to come across these problems to go. Oh, I need to do that. I'm going to buy the. It's not expensive. I would highly recommend what the paid version, the basic paid version gives you is worth doing.
Yeah.
Chris, he said, congrats, gents, 100K. Thanks, mate. Paul, humble suggestion. Christie's Jeff Beck auction might be worth a minute in the news. Oh, I haven't even seen. That's funny. It's not even in the news. It's not even in the news I've been looking at.
I've seen it. I don't know when it is. I have seen mention of it, but the difference is, whereas the Gardner Hallgate auctions, you know, we stand a reasonable chance of being able to put some bids in and have them successful. The Christie's auctions might be a bit beyond our pay grade.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah,
and I suspect, I mean, I could be wrong, could be well beyond most of our Rat fans' pay grades as well.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. What was the other thing as well? There was some other news that I wanted to. It will come to me. Right. No, I know what it is. I know what it is. Sorry.
Steve Cassidy. Hey.
Ah, is he back? Is he?
He said 800K. Yes. Well done, Rats. I will stop doing that accent because it's hurting my throat.
Hold on. Sorry. Yeah. Cheers, Steve. Thanks, mate. Hope you're well. Oh, Steve, that's a good channel to go and check out.
Yeah.
Steve, that's a very good channel to go and check out because he's quite funny
and Scottish. So you'll need the subtitles on as well.
Maybe that's why I like it. I can't understand a word he's saying. Gary, congrats on 100K from a -2 Manchester. Oof.
I shall be up in Manchester in February.
I don't know. What's it here? Let me see what it's like out there.
About -2 outside here.
Yeah, it's probably about that cold, yeah.
I had to take the kids to school this morning, but before that I had to scrape an inch of frost off the car.
Yeah. Hollywood, Vinny, that Epiphone looks amazing with those pickups. Sounds too good for the money. Absolutely. What amp is favourite to pair that guitar with? Was that Vinny, maybe?
Possibly.
Vinny's got a Silver Jubilee, the little Silver Jubilee, Marshall Silver Jubilee that plays through.
You had for a while.
Yeah, really good amp that. The Lamb. Hiya, the Lamb. Al, just subscribe to your channel, Vinny. Look, there we go.
Sharing the love. Sharing the love.
121 people watching.
Heck, what's going on?
I don't know.
Maybe it's the year of the live stream.
It's gone up by 3. So why are you using high-end guitar? So why are used high-end guitars dropping in price? Is it the heyday of COVID fading away as during lockdown guitar buying was booming? Yeah, I think it's partly
exactly what it is. Yeah.
I think loads of people had money during COVID. Loads of people didn't have money during COVID, but loads of people were laid off and people were depressed and people were, they had a bit of extra money in their pockets and they went, right, I need a hobby. And they bought these guitars and realized that they don't want to play anymore, or they don't like calluses on their fingers, or it's too hard, or whatever.
The music industry generally went, oh my God, what are we now going to do?
Yeah.
Nobody saw that COVID was going to turn into a boom year for the music industry. Nobody would have predicted that. Everyone was buying guitars because they had furlough money or whatever. They couldn't go out. I didn't spend money on petrol for nearly a year.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. But now, of course, everyone's going, oh, the cost of living crisis, everything's going up, fuel prices, etc., etc. All those guitars that were bought as I might learn guitar. What shall I buy? Oh, I'm going to buy a PRS 10 top. All those guitars are now flooding back into the market.
Yeah, I think there's an abundance, but I also think I think it's the economy as well. And it happens, every now and again. This happens. This happens. But now's the time. Someone sent through a message, or someone commented on the video that I did the other day, and I wasn't expecting the video to do that well at all, but it did way better than I was expecting. And some guy commented, he said, all of these guitars are a bit niche. Why don't you pick something that everyone wants? It was something like that. I'm just thinking, every guitar that I picked were Fenders, and that nags. So, and the whole point of the video was, I personally feel now is the time. If you've got money, if you're looking for a guitar, now is the time to buy an expensive guitar, because I don't think the prices are going to get much lower. And if you buy that expensive guitar, it's got to be the right expensive guitar. It's got to be the one that everyone wants when the market comes back. And I'm not saying scalping's good, but if you feel that you might want to just hold on to it for a little bit, or start your collection, so buy it and possibly sell it for a little bit more, buy another guitar, do that sort of stuff. Because that's how I got all my guitars, just by doing that. And I think I've seen Phillips commenting down here from 40 Watt Podcast. I think Phillips pretty much the same. Now's the time to buy that expensive guitar, used, and because I don't think it'd be this cheap again in a long time.
I only know of you buying 2 new guitars since I've known you. The PRS DGT, which
no, that wasn't new.
Oh, sorry, the Studio 24 was the new one.
Studio 20, whatever it's called,
whatever it was. That one, because that was ordered direct from PRS, and this one. Those are the only 2 brand new guitars I've known, and I've known you a long time.
Yeah, you're right. They're the only 2 new guitars I think I've ever bought. And why would you buy a new guitar? I mean, why would you buy? Get a guitar that's
get a guitar that someone else has worn in, and someone else has taken the hit on the instant depreciation the minute you walk it out the shop. It's a no-brainer in my opinion. I mean, occasionally you get lucky and you find something that looks practically brand new.
Cracking.
It's a brilliant guitar, that. Absolutely awesome. That's all I've played since last week.
Nice.
I think it will turn. At the moment, the amplifier prices are just bottoming out.
I think that's a longer term thing, though. I think amplifiers. People don't want amplifiers at the moment, and I don't see them wanting. I think there's always going to be the specialist person that wants, like Anthony was earlier. He wants to go. He's had the modeler and he's had all that sort of stuff, and he's got some money in his pocket, and he goes, right now I want something that's really nice and that I'm going to keep forever. I think there'll always be that.
It's also different for us as well, because it's what we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's certainly. I mean, God, I don't know of many drummers who are currently sat surrounded by 15 reasonably high end, if not very high end, tube amps.
But if you look at the listing of tube amps on eBay, most people say I'm getting, my circumstances are changing. I'm not using amplifiers.
Yeah,
that is why people are selling amplifiers, because
venues don't want 100-watt monsters anymore.
Yeah, and you can argue the pluses and minuses of amplifiers and modelers and all that sort of stuff. Is it the same? No. Is it? But it's not worse. It's just different.
Yeah, it's different. So anyway,
hello, sir. How are you? So Philip from 40 Watt. Go and check out his YouTube channel and his wonderful podcast. David, Fender Select. Yes, well done.
It was well done.
I didn't recognize it myself. Chelino. I didn't know Dustin Hoffman played guitar. Who's Dustin Hoffman? Is that you? Definitely not me.
Definitely not me.
Dave, he's looking all right. He's looking clean today, isn't he? Looking clean.
He looks like who's the actor with the dodgy nose? Owen Wilson.
Dodgy nose.
Well, he has got a dodgy nose.
Yes, I guess it is a little bit. It's a little bit on the wonk, isn't it? I guess.
Chilino saying Dustin Hoffman. I've been called many things. Usually Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. I get that.
Yeah.
David says 100k. We've only been waiting for years. Congratulations. Thanks, mate. Chilino, Vinny, you mad? I play metal through 2 Rock Classic reverb on the Boss Metal. So. Jesus, that's amazing. I wonder if that's true. If that's true, that is amazing. Oh, he's gone. Hampstead doesn't sound kosher.
I wonder if Chilino's actually willing with another name.
Chilino's welcome anytime. This is brilliant. Philip from Football Podcast says, I'm always going to say go to Rock, but the only Hampstead I've ever played was pretty spectacular. There we go.
I had a Hampstead at one of the guitar shows I did a few years ago.
Yeah. And
it sounded stonking.
Yeah, they're great, isn't it? Considering the guy that makes them doesn't play guitar, it's a bit mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Philip from 40 Watt says, Hollywood actress, everything's falling in price and it's finally catching up to high-end gear. High-end gear is always the last to fall in the used market. Interesting. Texas Jackdaw. Congrats on 100k. Cheers from Texas. Cheers, Texas Jackdaw. What's that lead pickup mod called? Yeah.
It's
a Gilmore mod. There we go. Delta Fit. Hey guys, I see these Toman lads give you a shout out in the latest video. If you didn't know, oh, that's nice. They've copied your video with the EV Evolve PA. Oh, nice one. Nice.
Fair enough.
Lovely job.
Beautiful people.
Anthony, oops, caps on.
Should we do the news? Because we got to a place where I can really easily get us back in.
I mean, don't expect too much.
It won't take long.
Yeah, don't expect too much because it's NAMM's coming up, so there's not much news going on. But let's share the screen. Right. So Headrush have just released a 150 quid, is it? $150 FRFR cab. I'm a little bit confused about this.
Why so?
Well, it's an FRFR cab.
Yeah. So
you've got to plug something into it, yeah?
Yeah.
Why would you buy this if this isn't for gigging, is it? This is for home use.
Yeah. So what that is, that's your barbecue speaker. That you can then
you're not selling it. You're not selling it to me.
That's your you want to jam at home, put some backing tracks on the Bluetooth and from your phone or whatever, and jam along at home or in the hotel room or in the garden at the next barbecue.
I still don't get it. I don't understand why, and I'm not a fan of it, but I don't understand why anyone would buy this over a what's it called? The one we have, Spark. Because the Positive Grid Spark has sounds in it. I'm not saying I'm a massive fan of the Positive Grid Spark, but why would you buy this when you've got to then have? I mean, I get the point of an FRFR speaker. Fantastic, take it out live with you.
Yeah. I mean, as we've said, the Spark Live is a good thing. It is loud. It's not as loud as they claim it is.
No,
but it is loud enough.
But why would you buy this?
I don't know, because to me, what that is a Bluetooth speaker that just happens. You happen to be able to plug instruments into it from the output from your Headrush.
Yeah, but that's it. You have to have the Headrush to plug into it, or you have to have.
As far as I can tell, it's just an FRFR, isn't it? There's no processing in there.
No.
Yeah, no. Strange.
That's not a. I mean, that seems like they haven't done their research on that. Look what's back. Look
at that.
It's back, unfortunately. Yeah, the dual rectifier's back. Crazy. Again, I'm not sure.
They're going to sell about 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's going to buy them. mean, maybe it's they've reached that point now where the people that wanted them in the 90s couldn't afford them in the 90s, and now those people are managers and CEOs and all that sort of stuff, and they go, "Oh, I was wanting
you
one of
can
them."
pick these up secondhand, as I did, for
Dirt
next
cheap.
to no money.
Yeah. So what's the price?
How much? I bet that's a three grand.
It's got to be, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
got to be.
Details haven't been released yet. It says
They haven't.
Yeah, it's going to be 3.5, I reckon.
I mean, the sound is just. I'm not sure people use that stuff anymore. The sound of the rectifier, you just don't hear it anymore. Everything's a lot more mid-focused.
Yeah.
But interesting. The other thing is I couldn't find the thing, but basically Mark Sampson, the guy that started up Matchless, and then Bad Cat. So he left Matchless, went to Bad Cat, started up Bad Cat. He's back at Bad Cat, so that's actually quite big news for Bad Cat.
Cool.
And because everyone wants like a Matchless, which is Mark Sampson era Matchless.
Right.
One of the ones that he built, because it's almost like a Dumble. You've got this sort of mythical sort of status because he built it. It's no different, I'm sure, but they and they always go for more money. But now Mark Sampson's back at Bad Cat, which is always a good thing. Or can't be a bad.
Also, another really brilliant video that I watched this week, and I'm going to say brilliant video, and the hero of music YouTube, Mr. Beto. His video with Paul Rivera was brilliant this week. Really interesting. Really, really good.
I tend not to watch his videos. It's interesting. I should maybe have a look.
Really, really interesting. Yeah, one worth checking out. Nice. Right, let's carry on.
Where is we at?
Boom, there.
Hollywood. By the way, that Two Rock signature, I know Adam Goldsmith, session guitarist, has one.
Nice.
Are you talking about the studio signature or the classic reverb? There is another signature, isn't there?
Don't know.
Gary, trying to buy a new guitar secondhand, but it's always pickup only. It's quite frustrating, especially when you're blind and have zero chance of picking it up. Oh, mate. Yes, it's tough. Yes, I guess it would be tough. But if you're blind, I'm guessing your senses are heightened. You could probably tell a better guitar, probably better than the rest of us.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult.
Margie Z, 100k. Thanks, Margie. Chili South Guitars. QC hardware is much easier, but I love my FM3. Perfect size and just set up everything once and then you just play. Nice.
Yeah.
Minivan. Minivanny. A Mivanny. 84, sorry.
Mivanny, surely.
Mivanny.
Mivanny.
English joke, yeah. QC Helix FM3 and a head rush. I'm back with Valve with pedals. I want to play and don't want busy fiddling around. It's a fair point. I think that's the thing. Once you're set up, though, I mean, I tend to work from one patch, and once that's done, that's me done. I tend not to then go, oh, I wonder what this does. I wonder what that does. Maybe I should, but I tend not to do a lot of fiddling.
The argument that says you've made some pretty good blooming noises over the years, and made some really good amps sound really good, would perhaps say, no, you don't need to mess around any more than you already do.
Oh, thank you. Jeff, I was watching your Boss G7 video from 3 years ago when I noticed you'd hit 100k in my Euphoria. I accidentally bought one. To go with everything else that I've accidentally bought, well, mate. Always good to accidentally buy stuff. The G7, that's one of those pedals that you won't regret buying. It's a Swiss Army knife.
I had someone reach out to me this week and said, "You're in Great Dome, Mo. I'm only down the road. Been watching you on the Studio Rats for years. Didn't realise you were so close. I have you and Paul to thank for my lack of funds, but loads of gear."
Excellent. Good to help. Anthony says the one Tonex plus Axe Effects FM3. No, it's not a waste. I run Tonex software in the loop for my Axe Effects on occasion when I want to test amps the Axe Effects doesn't have. Interesting. Ooh. Nice. Andrew's reviews, reactions, and other stuff. He says 4 effects at a time with 4 channels per scene. Okay, so that is the VP4, isn't it? Of course, VP4.
Yeah.
Of course. 4 effects at a time. I mean, I would really use 4 effects, more than 4 effects.
It depends what you're trying to do.
I guess if you're using an overdrive, just overdrive compressor, and then, no, you're right. Yeah.
You try to do more stuff, you're going to run out of power very quickly.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, it's true. Mivani says FM3 only 1 amp. The FM9 you can use 2.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, in my patch I use 2 amps, but I'd be happy with 1.
Is that because you patch between them though? Do you switch between them?
No. Both are running at the same time.
Right. Okay.
Jerry, eBay has said it's a 4% bias charge for up to £300. Items will be smaller percentage for above 300, but they haven't said what the percentage will be yet. Also supposed to be limited to a max. Interesting. Rummy says Rat should do a cover of Roger Stewart's Hot Legs with some models in the video to raise subscriber numbers. Solo by LA by Lee, of course.
I'm not sure we've got the gain.
Yeah. There's not enough gain in the world for Lee. Fred, why would you want to run 2 amps? So I'm guessing you mean inside the Axe Effect. So if you had like a mid scoop amp, something like a Fender, and then you had like a mid forward amp, something like a Marshall or a Matchless, something like that, you can look at the perfect example of that is like a Joe Bonamassa thing, where he has a variety of different amps that do cover the different sort of spectrum.
So he traditionally, I mean, this is going back a couple of years, it was always a Marshall Silver Jubilee and a something else.
And a Fender.
Yeah, I believe now it's a Dumble and a something else nearly all the time.
I think he's still using Jubilees with the Dumbles, as far as I know. But he chops and changes all the time.
You know, the guy's got more gear than anybody else.
Absolutely.
And why not?
Andrew's reviews, reactions, and other stuff. VP4 does 4 effects. Yeah, thanks, mate.
Yeah.
So you can basically swap around 16 effects within 4 scenes. Yes, but you can only run 4 effects at a time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, mate. Hollywood, Phil. I didn't know that about eBay. That'd be like Vintage. Vintage charge to buy the protection fee. Nice. The Isaac. Good evening, folks. Evening, the Isaac. Thomas, hello and a happy new year to you all. Congrats on the first 100K. Thanks, Thomas. VP4 has no loop. HX effects seems more useful with the Tonix or Nano Cortex. That's interesting. Yeah, that is interesting, isn't it? It's just the quality of the effects between Fractal's effects and Line 6 effects is vastly different, though.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
But yes, I get it with the loop and stuff. Anthony, 2% over 300, and there's a limit, but I can't remember what that is. Oh, okay. Awesome. 2%, that's not too bad.
No.
I bought the Iridium Amp 1 and it's phenomenal. Nice one. Awesome. It is, very good. Thomas makes some great stuff. I wonder if NAMM is when he's finally going to release that bloody thing. Adam says, James, do you have any experience with the Bose F1 system, adjustable line array and subwoofer? Worth a look for small gigs.
Yes, I do. Yes, they're very good. There's only one problem, and the Bose actually doesn't suffer with it as much as a lot of the stuff that's followed it, because you've got a sub, normally a fairly powerful sub, and you've got lots of little speakers. You end up with a very nice, fairly punchy bottom end, really super clean, super crisp top end, and not a lot in the middle. They are very, very smiley curve. So if you've got stuff like vocals, which is very mid-heavy, which is what most people use these things for, doesn't sound so great. There's a reason why you have, you're moving lots of air with larger speakers.
What's the EV? The EV. We did the EV Evolve ones, whatever they are. We did that video.
We had the 50, the 50A, I think it was the one with the controls and everything. 50M with the mixer. Again, great sound. We unfortunately didn't get to try it in a kind of band environment, but I still think it was quite smiley curve. A lot of bottom end, a lot of top end, and quite a big dip in the middle. I'm sure you could EQ it out, but then you're putting, more stuff. I don't think we're quite there yet with those kind of miniature line array things. They sound great. If you're a DJ and that's what you want to do, play pre-recorded music through them, fantastic. If you're an acoustic duo, whatever, again, great. As a band rig, I think you're going to struggle at the moment, in my opinion.
Andrew's reviews, reactions, and other stuff. Why would the VP4 need a loop? It doesn't have the amps. It does a 4-cable method for amps with loops. Okay, so if you want to put something in the loop, say you want to use a VP4, say you want to put an overdrive pedal from the VP4 and then run that into a Tone X, for instance, and then run the Tone X out to the effects, out to the reverbs and delays.
Yeah,
that's why you'd need a loop. I'm not sure I would use it like that, but that is why people tend to want loops in.
Yeah, everything.
Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing the VP4 does overdrives and stuff. Lefty Mike, Andy Wood has a wiggle stick on his telly. Yes, he does, and that's a cracking telly. I think that's what I mean by a telly-shaped object. If it hasn't got the traditional sort of telly bridge mount thing, then yes, absolutely. Joe Sundance. I mean, and how good is Andy Wood? Andy Wood's got to be one of the best guitar players ever. Amazing. Geo Sundance also bought a Plexi 5-watt with the Dookie mod. Ooh, for $100 because the guy didn't know what it was. Nice. Jerry, Anthony, cheers, mate. At least it's better than when we had the larger seller fees.
Yes, indeed.
Leon Todd is phenomenal. Leon Todd's a great player, isn't he?
Yeah, they're chatting amongst themselves, which is good.
Mr. Barr, he says, the great YouTubers, Jacob Duraps, Sean Tubbs, yes. Michael Milton, yes. Jack Gardner, Andy Wood, yes. Keith, I finished watching the Phil Collins video the other day. It's really good. Nice.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Willie. Well done, Willie. Good man. He's back. Dave, looking good, Dave. What? I thought we were chipping in for the Oxblood. No? What was that?
The Jeff Beck.
Oh yes, of course. Search for Tone. Hello, Search for Tone. Cassidy, hello, mate. He said, "Cheers, guys." In time, mate. Hot 8. Today's kids have made it with YouTube. In '73, when I started, you got an album and wore it out, tried to figure out how to play. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You wonder. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, YouTube has been amazing for kids for learning
everything.
Well, not but learning how to do something that's quite impressive, but then getting them, but then not being able to do, having the
communication skills, basically.
With the fundamentals to then take it further than that. Like for instance, you can learn on YouTube how to do all these football skills. It doesn't make you a footballer, does it?
No.
And you can learn so much on how to play some of the polyfiller stuff on YouTube.
But I always liken it to I had friends at school who could play all the Eric Johnson stuff. Fingers wise, they could play it. But they didn't write it. They couldn't write that stuff. That's
not many of us could.
Exactly. But there's learning to do that stuff and to do it parrot fashion. But if I asked that particular guitar player, right, can you jam a blues in F? He'd look at me and go,
"Oh, I think back in those days, I think you had more of a chance because you had to learn another skill. So as opposed to watching and mimicking, you had to use your ears. You had to use your ears, and that's a fundamental skill for guitar playing.
Well, music in general, you have to be good at listening first.
Yes, but working out, but hearing, like where, all the different positions you can play exactly the same note on a guitar and going, oh, that's not the B string, that's the G string, and blah blah. And
yeah, and the other thing that I find goes is it might be able to go widdly 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 widdly, but you try and get kids to play rhythm.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to play rhythm. And as many and various have said, Mr. Lukather included, you spend 95% of your night chugging on chords and rhythm stuff.
Absolutely. It's most important. The most important thing. Andy, hey guys, first time making the live. Nice one. Toman gave you a shout today.
Yeah.
Today's video, if it hasn't been mentioned yet, it has been mentioned.
I'm going to go and watch that after this because I fancy a laugh.
Yeah, and James the narcissist.
Yeah, a little bit.
Search for tone. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. Absolutely.
Crap.
Andy, they compared a deluxe reverb to the Dream 56 MP. Oh, nice.
Okay.
Interesting.
Not quite like our video, but similar.
No, it's the same. It's the same concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim, no, it worked before the previous free version, and support did not mention that iOS would not work in the free version. Should work with. Yeah, there's often a few things that go awry with new versions. With
stop.
I love the arcade. I love the arcade guys. They make fantastic products. But
stop.
Gene Goof, just bought your Tonix Amp Nation WAD. Looking forward to the Wonderland Overdrive. Looking forward to weekend. Try it out. Congrats on 100k. Cheers, Gene Goof.
You will enjoy that.
Yes, you'll like that. That was a cracking one. Searching for tone. Yeah. Cheers, Stevie. Chris. Chris's Jeff Beck auction. I was shocked at a lot of stuff. Not silly money. Interesting. God, I would instantly not watch it because I would just think I'm never going to be able to afford that. And only 69 likes. Only 69 likes. Give us a like, guys. Come on. It honestly, you would not believe how much it helps. Hello, Paul. He said, "Even gents, good to see you as always, and you, mate. Any thoughts on the MXR Rockman pedal? Did you own any of the originals way back when? Congrats also on the 100k subs, well deserved. Thanks, mate. Yes, that's funny because I've known about the pedal for the Rockman pedal for some time, and I thought it was. I don't know if it's been leaked, but I thought it was very much under embargo.
Well, pictures have been out online today.
Have they? They've actually been shown it.
Wow. I had, what was that one I had? The distortion.
Yeah, that's a Rockman.
Distortion saturator. That was a Rockman thing.
Yeah. No, I've never owned a Rockman. Have you ever owned a proper Rockman?
I've never had the one that looked like a Sony Walkman stereo.
Yeah. You haven't had that. Okay.
There was one at the last auctions, and I was so close. I should have bought it.
Yeah.
It went for silly money because they do.
Yeah, well, they're a bit, they're quite old tech, and I wouldn't fancy repairing one.
If you want to sound like
well, any Mutt Lang stuff.
Yes, yeah. If you want to sound like Def Leppard, that's the way forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, Hysteria, I think it's still one of the greatest sounding albums ever. It's so good. Mad Max, thank you guys for sharing your Boss Katana Mark II settings. I got them all for my new amp. You guys rock. Thanks, mate. Glad you got something out of it. Let the good prices drop. I need a new cheap guitar. Only 2 guitars bought. Andy, I went new with my custom shop Strat because it was at my local shop and could try several in their store. It was also 20% off during Black Friday pricing. Nice. Willie says he only buys used guitars too. Well done, Willie.
What's funny is, well, there are lots of things that are funny. But, I think I've only ever bought new drum kits.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have only bought 5 in 40 years of playing.
Right. Wow, it's different, isn't it, for guitar? I guess it's different, isn't it? A drum kit is so big.
Yeah.
It's hard to have. It's even though drummers do, but it's hard to have lots of.
I know. I mean, say if you look at someone like Todd Zuckerman from Styx, who's got them all piled up around him, or Mike Portnoy, someone like that, who are not necessarily buying kits, but they're getting them through endorsement. They've got them all stacked up. That's kind of cool, but I can't be asked taking them down. I think I had a little Ludwig for a while. Sorry, Gretsch round badge, and that would be the second-hand kit. If I could find one now, I should have bought that red one I had at the time, but I didn't for financial reasons, which was the way. Yeah.
Also, love to support the store. Yes, that's always good to do.
Yes, definitely.
Mum and pop sort of stores stuff. Always good to support. Keith, the trouble with buying used guitars, I never know what their second-hand value should be, so I've no idea if it's a bargain or not. I think I've been so obsessed with guitar buying that I think I can spot a deal maybe. Mad Max, used guitar are already vintage relic. True, it could be. James looks a lot like Andy Summers, but now or then.
Hang on, Andy Summers is like 86. I think. That's putting
you do look a little bit
years on me.
Yeah, but you do look a little bit like. Yeah, he doesn't mean like in 86, and he means like Andy Summers back in 86.
That was 40 odd years ago, nearly 40 years ago.
And Mad Max says, yeah, he does.
I wish I could play like him.
Next one. David, he says, did you see the Jose Arendo Friedman announcement? No. Should be able to see who. See, this is embarrassing. I don't know who Jose Arredondo is.
Arredondo.
Interesting. I'll have a look. I'll have a look afterwards.
Yeah.
Next, nice amp to take to the beach summertime. Play guitar by the seaside.
But that's what Spark is.
Yeah. Kevin, I have one of those Headrush desktop amps. I have a Headrush Prime as well. It works great for my use of practice. Nice.
Kevin, if you are a Headrush Prime user, maybe you might want to check out some of the rather lovely new Studio Rats Headrush capture packs that we have available in the download section of our website, which is www.thestudiorats.net.
Always a salesman.
Oh, yeah.
Right, let's get through these. We've got loads to get through in half hour. Wouldn't a rigging work well with it? Yes.
Yes, brilliantly.
Willie, Positive Grid Spark sounds rotten through its Wii speaker. I'm sure it sounds much better through a proper cab, but maybe not.
Probably.
Yeah. The Spark's all right. It just lacks a lot of dynamics.
Yeah.
Mad Max, does it use battery? Or does it use batteries?
Probably.
Yes, but the point of that is you'd still need a power supply for the Headrush.
Yes.
For FRFR, line 6 power cab 112 plus. Nice. Yep. Keith, Willie, yes, the speaker on the Spark 40 sounds dreadful. Most of the white YouTube demos use USB out. Yeah.
I swapped mine out. I upgraded them. They sound much better. It sounded much better. Then I sold it and bought the Spark Live.
Okay, Live. I think the Headrush is for people with the sorry, I'm trying to work out what's for the modelers, maybe.
Who want
at home over stereo amp instead of headphones. The bigger speakers are overkill for the living room. Yes, I think the thing is you still got to cart a load of things around for it.
Yeah, you still need to power the other thing.
Yeah,
unless it's got a 9-volt power to plug your thing into.
Yeah,
which the Spark does do as well. You can do it over USB.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
You wouldn't need to do that. You can actually power your laptop from the Spark, which is cool.
It's cool. Jeff, I imagine the Headrush FRFR Go would be handy. You can have a portable rig by plugging Tonex pedal into it, especially now that Tonex has got its new effects. Great for traveling or parties. Yes, but I don't think it'd be big enough to get past much.
No,
I think that's my point. If it was bigger, I get it. I would get it because you can use it for monitoring at a gig or something, but you can't. It wouldn't.
I used the Spark Live as a monitor at an event.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
because it was loud, and you could lean it back quickly.
Yeah. Al says, question to the Rat community are, if anyone on here, apart from Mr. Drive, is going to NAMM, what are you looking forward to seeing?
Oh, good shout.
Good shout. I want to go. Jay, which model of profile is most robust? Kemper QC Helix. Do you mean like in the way it's built?
If it's built, it's gotta be QC.
Yeah, but although it's robust, it's got that big screen on it, which is.
I've got a Kemper here, and actually, do you know what? Considering it is the number of years old that it is,
they're pretty solid.
It's pretty solid. I mean, as we said last time out, that one has never been used.
The Kemper's got a lot of things that could go wrong on it though over time, but they tend to be very. I mean, it's German built.
There's a lot of buttons on it. All the buttons feel great.
I'd say the Helix probably. I mean, the Helix is built like a tank. It is built. Like
I mean, the thing is as well. Have you seen that lots of people are doing those kind of like polycarbonate covers and things? So they just have enough holes, like sealed holes for the pots to sit through.
It's not going to stop a beer getting dripped into that, though.
No, but it might stop a lot of a beer getting into it.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair dues. Fair point.
If I was using a Quad Cortex Live, I would certainly have one of those. I think if I was using a Quad Cortex Live, the Quad Cortex wouldn't be in front of me. I'd have a cheap MIDI controller in front of me, and the Quad Cortex would be back in a.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that it seems ridiculous that you have to think like that. If you're on the stage at Wembley, it's not a problem. But if you're on the stage at the Dog and Duck,
and Sharon's got a glass of Chardonnay that she's chucking all over it,
reminds me of one of my favourite jokes ever. What's an Essex girl's favourite wine?
Chardonnay.
I want to go to Lakeside.
Come on.
Sorry.
Good. Pod 8. I'm looking at Wonderland V2 or the Ampliphonics and Gain. My guy at Sweetwater is both set up for me to play when I go down there.
Oh,
interesting. You'll have lovely, very different amps. You'll have a nice time with that.
Which would you go? If you've played both, owned both, which would you do? Go.
I would not go for the smaller Ampliphonics and Gain. So if I went for that Ampliphonics, it would be at least a 50-watt version,
right?
Because I found the 22, it was just chopping off the top of the notes. Well, it depends if you want more gain or more clean sort of tones, I guess. Hollywood, to everyone watching, what's your view on the YouTube channel names? Using your real name or a nickname, pseudonym, does it matter to you as a viewer? What's your view on YouTube?
Personally, I think there's an awful lot of hiding behind names going on. I think, and this is something for YouTube as a.
I think it means YouTube chat. Oh, okay. No, yes. I'm sorry. Yes, I think he meant more for like YouTube channels as opposed to people viewing that have names.
Okay. Oh, I don't know then, but I think but the Studio Rats doesn't necessarily mean anything. It doesn't mean Paul Drew and James Ivy or whatever, does it? It just means it's a name. Whereas Rick Beato, for example, is now Rick Beato. It used to be Everything Music.
Oh, really?
Glenn, for example, is Spectre Sound, not Glenn Fricker. Sure. But I think talking about people's names, I personally, and let's say Hollywood, this is not you because obviously Holly could be your real name. I don't know. I think there should be an option, or there should be something in the YouTube system that if someone has a nickname, somewhere you should be able to find out their actual name, as in they can't, you can't hide behind a name. You don't have to put a picture or anything like that. But if that way, you'd stop an awful lot of the hate speech that's going on. You'd stop an awful lot of the nastiness that happens online. I don't just mean YouTube. I mean in social media world, full stop. It's far easier to hide behind a nickname and a fake image. And 99% of the time, Paul and I have no problem with any of that stuff, because 99% of the people who watch our stuff are fabulous. And even if they have something to say, it's normally constructive. And if they don't necessarily like it, fine. And if they're stupid, we just take the you know what out of them when we do stupid comment of the week. One of those is coming up.
I don't think that's what he's asking, but yes, I think it's.
Sorry, I've got on my high horse bit. I don't know actually what he is asking, because channel names are just the channel name.
I think he's possibly asking for his own name, maybe. Anyway, let's move on. We've got loads to go through. Let's bung them.
Yeah.
Let's get through it. Fraser, have you ever considered running Tonix into the parent of a katana, turning amp sims off?
Yes, done it.
There we go.
It's brilliant. You have to turn the amp sim, not necessarily, but the cab sim you have to turn off.
Yes, the cab sim. Wadey, 1960 CS. Hey guys, congrats on 100k. Thanks. Lots of hard work paying off. Really tickled feedback. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. Am I going to see Hollywood real names? Real names. There we go. Okay, so they're talking. Okay.
Yeah. We'll skip on. Yeah.
Oh, Willie's name is not Willie. Neither is finger blasting for dummies, just shits and giggles. Willie's finger blasting for dummies. Awesome.
Yeah.
Now that's there we go. Is there another live channel going on now?
Not from us.
Don't understand.
As far as I know. Sorry, they're chatting.
Man, the chain. Andy, any word when you'll add the Matches Independence for Quad Cortex?
I need to leave it with you. I'll bring it over next time I come over. I'll bring it.
It's probably easier if I just bring a Quad Cortex over to you.
Well, you come to me, because then we can do those videos that we need to do here, like the bigger ones.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll do that.
And bring a quad, and we want to do the Quad Cortex versus the Nano, don't we? A video.
Yes, we do want to do that.
Yeah. Right. Go.
Jay, I still think Kemper has the best spring reverb effect, better than Fractal QC. Interesting, nice.
I'll tell you what the other thing is as well. I haven't done Quad Cortex captures yet, but I have done Tonex, Kemper, Headrush, Nano in the last few days. And the one that is quickest to get without any tweaking, just because of its amazing refine feature, it's quickest to get the Kemper to sound like the real amp.
Interesting.
Like quite a lot quicker.
Interesting.
And for some reason, I've just gone into.
You have. Leon says, "Evening, congrats on 100k. Thanks, mate. I used to use the Fractal Axe 8 when I first got Tonex. Sounded great, and more than 4 effects at a time. Well, that's interesting. Sorry, Oscar. I use the HX effects with Tonex pedal, 2 loops, and line 6. That's the best software in my opinion. Sounds awesome. Recommended. Nice one.
Nice one out.
No highs, no lows. It's got to be a Bose." Good. Anthony says, as James says, the line array systems have their crossover right in the vocal range due to speaker sizes. That's not great. It's fine for music playback, but not for bands. Interesting. Anytime, Hollywood, anytime. Andy says, I use my Boss SD3. Nice. In the loop, my Quad Cortex, because I love the sound of the Boss delay. Nice. Yeah. There's definitely some things you should do that with. That these effects units don't have. Rummy, I've gone back to miking up guitar amps and cabs. Sounds so refreshing. No aliasing, no latency. Absolutely.
Amen, brother.
Oboe. Don't cross the streams. Massive parallel array is a non-looped option. Think SRV.
Parallel array.
Don't know.
Parallel effects? Don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to hear a bit more on that. Search for tone. Hey ho, Barobi.
Yep.
Mike, I'm from Sweden. Hi, Mike.
Love Sweden.
Yeah. Pablo Picasso. Recommendation for a good audio interface for Tonex. Leaning towards an Audient ID4, as I've heard the JFET input and preamp. Perfect.
Yep. If you can't run to an Audient ID4, go for their, what's the black one called? Their cheaper range. Evo. Really good.
Evo, yeah. Oboe. Hot 8, we had a Braille record player that did 16 RPM, tune down an octave, work it out. Oh,
yeah, I've had what was the old one where you could stack singles and it would drop the single down, and you could it would go down to 16 and a quarter RPM, so you could work out drum parts and stuff.
Nice. Hollywood. So true. Learning from YouTube is amazing, not just for music, but for computer coding or how to draw like half a decent artist. We just had books and expensive REH videos in the 90s. Yeah. Then the 60 Minutes Frank Gambale video. You're like, I don't understand a thing. Yes, it's too much for me. That was.
I was listening to some Frank only this afternoon.
Wow, that's some tough listening. That is amazing, but
it was with Chick Corea, so you know it's slightly more musical than just Frank's noodlings.
Willie says Luther spends 95% of him chugging on something. Not sure if it's always chords.
Doesn't drink me moist dry.
Is he? Is he really? Mad Max, so true, so true. Howdy, searching for tone. Yeah. Willie, 68 likes now. It's gone down. Can't win, can you? Jesus, give us a like. For God's sake. Give me a like. I see 79 likes. Thank you. Might need to refresh.
It's in so many ways.
Yeah. Pablo Picasso. Hi, any recommendation for a solid audio interface?
Yeah.
The Beck auction, the reserve prices listed are usually a tiny % of what the items end up going for. You might get a bargain, but they're rare. Yeah. I had the OG Rockman, says Michael. It was crap. Jay, loving the TSR Headrush amp clone packs. Any plans to sell super clones for a few different EQ settings?
The super clone. So, yes, basically, I'm currently having a problem with super clone technology.
Okay.
While it has the potential to be really good, in my humblest of opinions, it's not ready yet. And I don't want to sell you something because there will be a charge involved, like there is for all of our packs. I don't want to sell you something that I'm not 100% happy with, which is why I haven't done super clones yet. We will work out a way of doing it that if you've bought the pack, I might do a super clone pack that, you know, if you've bought the other stuff, it'll work. But we'll work it out. But it's not ready yet, in my opinion.
Okay, let's get through these.
Yep.
Back in day.
All right. Willie.
Willie's eating a chocolate orange. Our very January. Nice.
I've only got one left.
Hey, chaps. I've been a Strat player all my life. Now looking to get Les Paul. Should I go budget, middle, or Gibson? Budget, middle, or Gibson? I would go Gibson. Get a second-hand Gibson. Make sure you try them out first. They're a lot more varied. Because if you don't like it, if you're a Strat player, there's a chance that you won't get on with it. You'll always be able to sell it for at least what you paid for it.
Yep. If it's got F or G on the headstock.
Absolutely. Michael says I'm 56 years old.
56 years young, Michael.
Yeah. Lol. Awesomes. Mad Max, the pick.
Yeah, they're chatting. Willie's lying through his teeth.
Willie's 21. Willie. Kevin, just got Tonix as well. Nice. Hope you enjoy it, mate.
Yeah. Boom.
Philip from 40 Watt says the touchscreen of a Quad Cortex worries me considering the bars and pubs I play. Additionally, trying to use a touchscreen while sweating to death playing Blues Festival in Mississippi heat. That's true. You never think of that. Very true. Kling film.
There are lots of companies now doing these kind of sort of carbonate things that you put over.
Yeah.
Whether it'll stop a pint of lukewarm piss, I'm not sure, but
Oh, excuse me. Willie says, if I was in an original band playing proper venues, I'd go all out with my rig. If I was in a cover band playing to drunk arseholes, I'd play a Squire through a katana with a couple of Moore pedals. Yeah.
But the problem is you could play a katana with a couple of Moore pedals with a Squire at big venues and nobody would care.
No. Well, no, but it's you.
I know. I appreciate it's not about anybody else caring. It's you playing
amongst anybody else.
I know about your playing.
Andy, 40 watt. I'd probably invest in the cover and have the scenes or stomp mode set up. Ideally, you wouldn't have to mess with the screen. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Gen X.
Yeah.
Passion for Tone. Hello, mate. Hope you're well. Hello, all. I choose Passion for Tone as my channel name because the focus is on the gear, not on me. That's very true, Joe.
Good point. Well made.
Keith, the trouble with revealing real names on YouTube would just make up names unless you require them to provide ID. Yeah.
I'm not saying I have the answers, but I still think there's something to it. It would stop a lot of the hate speech.
Oh, I see. It was Jose, the guy that did all the Marshall. I thought that was Jose. I didn't think that was his name. Excellent. Okay, so he modded all the Marshall amps for the Rockers in the 80s. Dave built an amp with all the mods in one amp.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, that'd be good.
How much fun would that be?
That'd be so good. Henning has the worst channel name. He does. Henning definitely has the worst channel name. It means nothing.
I don't even know. I can't even say it.
Andy Yates, QC is plenty of heat and vents. I would want to close off those with plastic wrap. Yeah, that's true. Leon Todd isn't his real name. Interesting. Wonder why. John, I bought a Soldano XH8IR just for Christmas. It lasted 2 days and died. Had to send it back. Think I'm going to get an XFX3. I don't think you'll regret that, John. I don't think you'll regret it. I've got both here. Pablo, thank you. Oh, pleasure. Michael, oldest amp you ever owned. Mine's a 70 Silverface Bassman 410. Wow. I don't know. I don't own old amps.
That Bassman 75 I had.
Yeah.
Was mid to late 70s.
Okay, awesome.
So as in same age as me. That's scary.
John's 56 too. Awesome. Being honked. What extra power amp for my 2.5 watters? You might. Do you know what? I consider looking at the Boss Tube Amp Expander.
You could shout.
Because it does a lot more than just have a power amp in it.
Yeah.
Willie, I'd care. Because you're a caring person, Willie. Night, ladies and gents. Night, Willie.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's going on between Mad Max and Willie? I think Mad Max is going to see Willie.
There's so many lines there.
Yeah, it's worrying, isn't it? Henny's channel name is phonetic version of HP. Oh my god, yeah, but still, why?
Yeah.
So that's the name. That's the number of his house.
Yes, Henny Paulie 42. It is time for this. Stupid comment of the week.
This only came in. This only came in about 15 minutes before the show started. So
I would also like to say that there was no auto tune or pitch correction in that sung intro.
We can tell, mate. Don't worry about that.
Thanks. This came in just before we went live. This is from 6 String Codger 450. That guitar is a mess. Have some respect. Get a can of spray paint, and in a few hours it will be good as new. Take care of your gear, and it won't need to be repainted. I still have a 76 custom Les Paul I bought new and in really great condition after decades of playing all over. Even the airlines have not messed it up like that one. Looks like a guitar I gave my 10-year-old nephew. No gig bag plus kids. And yeah, it will look like yours in a year.
Hold on. Hold on, this is coming.
Oh, it's slick. Really good.
Grow up. If you don't want to stop at whatever it is, don't stop there. If you don't want to watch this or if you don't want to buy that, just don't buy it. Don't watch it. Grow up trying to dictate what everybody else can and cannot spend their life doing, buying, watching, eating. You're pathetic. That's what I say to you.
Right. I completely agree with her. That was her comment on his comment. So 6-string codger.
Yes.
It came from the factory like this. That's the way it comes. Don't worry about it. Just what. So you do a video on something. You do a video on something, and then some twat has to make a comment on something that's not even about the video. It's just, mate. It annoys me because some people like relic guitars, some people don't. I don't give a monkeys. If someone's got a clean guitar, if someone's got a guitar that's like a PRS and someone doesn't want to damage it and they don't want to scratch it or anything, and they play that on the videos, you don't get people going,
"Oh, your guitar's very clean.
It's very clean." It's just don't worry about it.
So anyway, that was
Stupid Comment of the Week.
We had so many come in this week that would have been absolutely mind-blowing, but that right at the last minute. There's a few more just come in on the tail end. Boom.
John Talman says, I bought a mint Gibson Les Paul standard for 2017 in 2019. Playing it now. Love it. Got it half price. Nice one, John.
Nice.
42 Sausage Street, Germany.
Boom.
By the way, Jivey did a DJ video a few days ago. Doesn't the Moises app do that track separation?
I have no idea. That's why I was asking. Basically, I got that DJ controller and it's awesome. And I thought I'd put it in a video, and it was fun. That wasn't a video that I did for anybody else other than me.
That Masterbuilt sounds epic. Oh, cheers, mate. I wonder which one that was. Peter Ludlow just bought Harley Benton T62. Nice that you tested. What a guitar for money. Unbelievable, isn't it? Compensated brass saddles now to change the nut and string trees for Graphtech and all electrics and pots. For yes, I've got it right here actually.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's down there somewhere. There it is.
Yeah.
Crack guitar that. Willie, I've got some black nail polish. Go and spare if you want some of that guitar, Paul.
Nice.
Michael, BS, my Les Paul for 77 is knackered and I love it properly. Well, yeah, well done, mate. Good work. Andy, I wasn't shopping for a heavy relic, but if it sounded like your black Masterbuilt, oh, it's not a Masterbuilt. This one, I bought it in a microsecond. This is it's a team built one.
It's lovely.
Yeah. Best Strat I've ever played.
He says,
but sorry, yeah. So it's a team built this one. Keith, also Ripex door does stem separation.
There you go. I didn't know.
Wow, my first guitar was a 1989 Gibson U2 green and 589. Still have it. Nice one. That'd be worth a lot more now. Dave, give me a knack of worked in guitar to a brand new guitar any bloody day. Me too, mate. A JP, Paul, that Strat isn't bashed up enough. Give us some more hammer. Absolutely. Oh, amazing. Cheers, Andy.
And then
lovely relic guitar. See, I like relics.
There we go.
Relics doesn't matter.
We got there inside the magic 2 hours. Thanks ever so much for everyone for joining us this evening. It is always a pleasure to do these because we never quite know where it's going to go, and we always have a laugh, and that's why we do the whole music thing in the first place, isn't it? Just because it's fun.
Oh yes.
So I'm going to say it just because we have to. Please do like, subscribe. If you like the stuff I'm doing over on JTT, Jivey Talks Tech, please do. We're
just go and check it out. If you haven't seen James's channel, go and check it out.
That doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing stuff on here. It just means I'm doing that as well because we've realised that the algorithms we can't cross the streams. More of this next week. This will be two more before NAMM.
Yeah.
2 more before.
We'll try and do one
no,
from
one more before NAMM.
And then we'll try and do one from the NAMM floor.
I'll try and do one from the NAMM floor. Apparently, they've upped their game with regard to internet in the media center. I haven't yet actually received any of the invites yet for any of that sort of stuff, but hey, hopefully they'll be coming soon. One more show before NAMM, but then yeah, we'll work something out. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you very soon. Keep your questions, comments, all the nice stuff coming in, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everyone. Take care.
Cheers, guys.